Cool, man. How are you?
Good, man.
Yeah, good to be here. I'm impressed, man.
The energy.
I feel very comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with that frame. So I feel comfortable, relaxed, welcome, energetic, all the good things right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a really nice place. And like I told you earlier when I got here, I don't mean this in a bad way, but I really don't know you yet.
Yeah.
You're a young dude.
22.
22, man, and you're not young, but you're not old, right? You're just starting. But I feel like I'm impressed because a young dude doing it like this is
putting in the work.
It's good, man. It's good.
Yeah, I definitely have a vision of like what I want, and it starts in the head. It starts in the mind, like being creative, and then putting it into the physical world. It's like I don't know. I think that's really cool.
Well, yeah, that transition from inside. Outside, what's the vehicle? How are you going to do it?
Mm-hmm. And it's also like I'm playing the long game too, like because I definitely don't want to be working a 9 to 5. So it's like, what can I do now to probably get paid for it while doing what I love?
While you're here, while you're on the beach,
yeah.
while you're traveling, residual.
Yeah. So I'm creating a lifestyle pretty much.
Good. That's what it's about, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you said that because. It's about creating a lifestyle, but ultimately a life for yourself.
Exactly.
And no, that's awesome, man. I think there's room for that for every single human being on the planet. There really is room for that. Well, then who's going to pick up trash? Dude, there's going to be a guy that actually digs that lifestyle.
That might want to actually do that. Because I have a friend that works for the Oxide Recycling, and he like finds cool stuff every day.
See? Yeah. I bet he's got an eBay store too, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So it's like, and how did you? Because for people that don't know, you're the owner of Ventura Float Center.
Ventura Float Center.
Yeah, and how did you actually get started like with that? Because I'm curious myself,
Well, Ventura Float Center, for those that aren't familiar with it, sensory deprivation it's been called. Float tanks. And I'm gonna get to the real
like the real meaty juicy parts.
Yeah, just the crux of it all is basically it's a tank, which all this because you've actually floated at my place a couple times. Yeah. And that'll be something else we'll talk about later.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
But generally, I'll proceed that by saying that I actually took the other route than you're doing. I didn't have these dreams and aspirations. I always had side hustles. And I mean, I wouldn't say anything too illegal that would, and especially never hurt anyone else or exploited anyone else. But no, I always had hustles going on. As we mentioned before, I was in the local 805 hip hop game.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
It was fun.
What were you listening to? Like, what was like popping around that time? Like,
Golden Age, man. Golden Age of hip hop. Yeah.
And I know like the four, like it was breakdancing, graffiti. What else?
Turntablism.
Turntable DJ. Yeah. And
right. B-boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you say MC?
MC. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you said that.
I didn't say that. No.
Okay, so there you have it. How many elements is that?
There's 4. There was supposed to be 4.
So MC, turntable, B-boy, graffiti.
Yeah.
It's got to have one of those for me.
To be
hip hop.
Truly hip hop. Yeah.
And then we kind of got the float tanks, but let's stick with this for a minute because I like talking about this.
No, yeah.
I just turned 54 years old this year.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was born in 65. I was 14 years old in 1979 when from my vantage point in Southern California, Ventura, I heard Christmas Rappin' / Rapper's Delight. 2 different songs, but Curtis Blow and Sugar Hill Gang.
Yeah.
And coming from the 70s when it was all about pop music. And disco, which I was into. I was into Earth, Wind & Fire, Tower Power, all these groups, but because I used to play saxophone.
Yeah.
But when hip-hop broke...
Damn.
It was like a new kind of food that you never had that tasted so good and nourished you. And it was like, damn, what is this? And what are the ingredients? And how can I make this, right? So, man, there's another show, man, because the local hip-hop scene back then was so vibrant, so new.
It was fresh. It was fresh.
Especially here, because this has always been an agricultural town.
Yeah.
And not really a creative center. They used to call it, I don't know if they still do, the Hate 05.
No.
Because there were a lot of haters that anything that would come in new, people would kind of
kind of brush it off, like
kind of smirk and lean back, like, what is that? You know,
Yeah.
like, oh man, what is that? But it was a force that we know that couldn't be stopped.
dang, man.
It was just crazy, man. It in a good way. It was just crazy to have something so new and so fresh, so vibrant. You know, we've had some forms of music, some genres in the meantime, like let's just say grunge. Had a quick little run. You know, Nirvana, Alice in Chains. Oh my God, it wasn't really my thing, so I'm not gonna go off on the whole list here, but
Okay.
we know about that.
Yeah.
And didn't last though. I mean, not that I know of. Probably the influences are still there.
Yeah, from like it translated into hip hop. I'm pretty sure. Like
Well,
all
do you
that
think?
stuff.
Not grunge though, did it or did it? I don't know.
Kid Cudi. Like I'm.
Oh,
he's
see, I
really
don't
into
know.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. I know a little about him,
Yeah.
but not a lot.
Yeah. But he really inspired me to like for him. He really inspired me to be myself because at the time it was gangster rap. Like gangster rap was like the thing, and he made it cool to really talk about your feelings and like you know like the stuff that you're going through. And it was also Kanye West too that you know made that popular. And
That's funny because on the way over here, I was thinking about this topic,
yeah.
and I'm not cutting anyone down, but a lot of rappers rap about shit they never lived
Yeah.
in places they never been. You know, just the whole they're just trying to fit into
Like what's now or like
or trying to build their own persona, maybe
their ego.
the ego, man.
Well, like hip hop is like kind of ego driven too. It's like I'm the best, you know, I'm the shit. Or I think now like I see that like rappers trying to be the best or like top.
Is it still that way? Because it used to be
Yeah.
called bragging and boasting back in the day.
It kind of like drifted away from that, but there are a few artists that still do that.
Well, I thought about something way over here, and I thought about because I still like to write, but no one knows it. But I just write, and it's kind of like a therapy or venting.
Yeah.
But maybe it's a yearning for back in the day. But the way, and it's always been, it's not this generation. Everyone's been lying. Everyone's been lying. Not everyone. There's some guys that have actually done some real stuff. They're usually in prison or dead by now. But and I started working on a song. It's funny you bring this up because I was working on a song on the way over here, and it's called Legalize, Legal Lies.
Oh.
So these guys have found a mode to lie. It's legal to brag and boast or lie on their lyrics, but it's legalized. Legalized, legal lies.
Yeah.
And that's the name of the song. I'm going to work off that because I just feel like, and maybe I don't even make a song out of it, but it's just a concept of, yeah, they're legal lies.
Yeah.
You're lying about something. It's not illegal, but it's like, but you are lying. I think that comes across when you lie about anything in life. Sooner or later, you're going to get checked.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I wish people would just write about their own experiences the same way that you have fiction writers, Tom Clancy, I'm
it's
sure.
like art. It's with
Yeah.
anything like movies,
Expression.
but it's like you know Eminem. You know he would talk about like rape, and I'm sure he never did that, but like he would talk about raping, killing, and it's just a way of kind of expressing yourself too.
But didn't he do it with humor?
It was humor. Yeah, it was.
So he
humor.
wasn't taking it serious like, hey,
No,
I really
no.
did this, you guys. I really did this. I knew that guy, not on homie status, but he was just a regular dude rapping at like Westminster Hall. We would do shows down there like in Orange County. And this dude, I swear to God, he got a nose job since then. His teeth were all fucked up, man. It's just funny. I don't mean it in a bad way, but I mean, I remember him when he was just this, man, what was he, late teens? I don't know, before Dre.
Damn, dude.
And he came out here and he was kind of being shown around, I guess. But I remember him doing that kind of stuff. That's when I liked him.
Yeah.
That's when I really, because he was just raw and I
No
love
filter.
No, I love metaphors.
Okay.
I get bored really easy, man. You got to be tricky, man.
Yeah.
Don't just tell me that you're carrying a gun and you're smoking bud, and, you know, you're doing, and you got ladies or whatever. That's boring to me because right off the bat, I know you're lying about it.
Yeah.
You're gonna get in your Sentra, you know.
So it's like I think it comes back to like follow. Not I wouldn't say. Well, it is like following the herd, like what other people are doing. But when you step out of that and you create your own sound, like it's unique, and you know people will like it's a new sound and people will be attracted to it. You know.
And shit, create your own herd.
Yeah, like
Why you got to go find a herd? Create your own herd. And
Yeah.
you know what? And fuck the ego, because really, are you doing this for acceptance? Or are you doing this to express yourself? There's a big difference there. And we know who the ones that are doing it expressively because we can feel it. We know that it's genuine. The ones that are just trying to fit into a herd, damn, we got enough of you guys already, man. It's like, this herd is huge,
it's like
right?
the true innovators, and like when you do it for acceptance, and when people don't accept you, that's when you'll end up not being happy because you're not accepted. But when you're doing it truly for the love and truly for the art, then it's like that's all. That's pretty much all you need.
Yeah, really. I mean, why'd you buy that shirt today, right, man? Hey, why'd you buy that shirt? Well, I'm going to go this thing tonight, and I know that this girl that she likes that style. Okay, I got it. So you pretty much did some research. You found out what she likes.
What she likes.
You're trying to become that because she'll like you.
Rather than what you actually like. And yeah, exactly.
Just be yourself, and that girl will, as like a magnet, will come to you.
Yeah.
I kind of felt that way too. I remember in 9th grade one time I told my buddy Skipper Scott, man, 2nd, 3rd chair saxophones in junior high school.
Yeah.
And he just made a comment, something about, hey man, talking about how do you attract girls? And I said, man, I don't attract them. Oh no, what I say? No, I don't do anything. I just let them come to me. And he's like, oh yeah, right. I said, but that was the concept was like, no man, I'm not really out there trying to find them, trying to be something. I just, whatever man, I'm just right here. And guess what? Oh wow, that girl's looking at me. And it's going to happen. You can't force it, man, like with art. Force it, okay. I mean, it's good for practice maybe. It's okay to almost mimic or be influenced by someone.
Yeah, like that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like art is influenced by other artists, I think. But
I think
it's like
so.
putting their own twist on it,
Exactly.
Like their own unique twist on it.
You can start with the same seed, same type of tree will grow, right? Mm-hmm. But how are you going to cultivate that tree and even have it growing in the right place and to take care of it and nurture it? So maybe it does bear different fruit. Maybe you created a new kind of tree.
Yeah.
Shit, man. I mean, that is more exciting to me than taking the same apple from the same tree, and I want something new.
Like again, it's new and it's fresh and it's exciting and it's energy, good energy.
Yeah, but I wonder, does everyone want that, or do some people want the same apple and the same juice every time? And that's the difference where you can't criticize people for saying, all right, well, that guy, he's in the herd, man. He's in the herd. All right, cool. Maybe some people just don't have that in them, or they don't want to be. That's too difficult, man. I can't understand that, man. Who, atmosphere, or like, damn, that guy, what's he talking about? I don't get it. No, I want that pop shit, man, because I don't have to think. I don't want to think.
Because I think it's for them. I think it's comfortable, and like when you're outside of your comfort zone, it's a little like daunting, It's a little like, oh, I feel kind of, but like that's where growth happens. I feel like
to be right, because everyone, a lot of people anyway, are looking to be comforted and looking for comfortability when there's no growth in that. Mm-hmm. You don't grow in that, and you're afraid to touch the fire because I know it's hot, it's going to burn. But whatever it is, whatever analogy, but you need to place yourself in uncomfortable situations sometimes, whether it's speaking in front of people, whether it's asking that girl her name, or whatever it may be. But that's, like you say, that's where the growth comes from. And do some people not even consider growth?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
Complacency is it's almost a disease. It's debilitating.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to sit in this chair all day, man. I mean,
I want to get up and move or do something.
I'm comfortable here, right?
Yeah.
I am. I'm comfortable here.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm comfortable with you. This is all good. But at some point, when we're done with this, I'm going to be excited about doing the next thing, right? It's not just one thing. So
yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like I don't know if you know the Plato's allegory of the cave.
No.
Well, like the philosopher Plato, basically he says that you're in a cave and you're tied down, you're strapped down, and there's a fire behind you. You don't see the fire, and in front of the fire there are puppets, and it casts a shadow in front of these guys. Like there's like 4 guys lined up, tied up, and like that's all you see are the shadows. You don't see the actual physical object, but it's like that's all you see. And then one guy escapes from that cave, and he sees a beautiful new world of like trees and like stuff, and that just opens his mind to new stuff and to new things that he's never seen before. And he can't explain that to those people that only seen the shadow, like the shadows that were casted. And
I guess that comes back to me too. Maybe some people don't want to see, and they become comfortable.
Yep.
And they found security in the shadows.
Yeah.
But we shouldn't judge that though. I mean,
yeah,
I
it's
tend
not
to
judging, but it is
judge
a
that.
reality. Yeah.
I tend to judge that as, okay, well, maybe you're just a lower vibrational person.
Yeah.
You haven't had your awakening yet.
But I think it takes leaders to show them, or I mean, you can't force it on them, but you know, you can inspire them to think a certain way, you know.
Are do we need intentional leaders, or leaders who, it's not even my intention to lead people? Yeah, but man, but what you're doing right now, people are just, wow, they're feeling it, man. So
Yeah.
do you think sometimes it's necessary to have intentional leaders say, you know what, I'm gonna make a change here, man.
Definitely,
I'm gonna
100%.
do it, man. I'm just gonna go ahead because my purpose is to awaken people.
Going back to going back to hip hop artists have the biggest influence on the youth, and I feel like that's where it starts in the youth, you know, like when they're barely being quote unquote programmed,
Right.
you know? And yeah, that's where it starts, the youth, and you know, you have to kind of plant those seeds when they're young.
I mean, can you think of anyone that's done that in the last 5 years? Any one person or any one
hip-hop?
Group? Well, if you want to focus on hip-hop, but
Or
to
like
influence,
any group.
Well, you can say even video games now. Like Fortnite has had a big influence on a lot of 12 to, you know, 20-something. It's huge, right? I'm just saying that because I don't really know about all that stuff, but that I do know about because it has permeated or been infused into society where shit, everyone knows that word now. Even it's not a made-up word; it's an actual
household name.
It's a real, you know, it's a real a word with definition to it. But well, let's say hip hop. Has there been anyone? I'm giving you
XXXTentacion. He was compared to Tupac.
No, is this part of the reason why he was killed?
I would think so.
Because he was an influence?
He was a huge influence to the youth.
Is there a conspiracy behind this? Let me know, because I don't know. I don't know about it.
I don't know the specifics of the thing, but I know that he was influencing the youth to think positive. Because like a lot of people will say that, because he started off his career as a negative. He would fight, you know. He was
releasing energy.
And then
negative energy.
He would be in jail, kind of like Tupac, right? Like,
so he was releasing negative energy,
and then he turned into
making room for the
positive energy. Yeah, and a lot of people don't see that because I feel like people focus on the negative energy more than the positive, and it's hard to. I feel like it's hard to see that, you know.
Well, you know why they do that, right? I think
vibrational.
Well, not only that, but I think that on some level, pain is attractive, right?
It is.
Well, it can be.
It can be, yeah.
But also, you know, you're talking about the age group that is still going through a lot of shit, and they have no idea, man. The frontal lobe, cerebral cortex is not even connected yet. So, you know, yeah, and then sometimes, you know, guys probably maybe even in their 30s who haven't grown up yet. Mm-hmm. But in some way, you can't blame them because, like, damn, your wiring is just not quite there yet, man. I mean, you know, but there are those people that look for an outlet or a way to release that negativity. So what are they going to do? They're going to gravitate towards that. Yeah, they're going to start wilding out.
And it's just a cycle. It just repeats on and on. And yeah, like I said, it just takes those leaders to influence the youth in a positive way to actually change the world.
Well, I don't know much about him.
Yeah.
So I'm still stuck on the 2000s and DJ Premier. So my thing is, tell me about him. What was he? And you don't have to recite lyrics, but basically, do you know in a way
he would talk about spirituality, and I don't think any
not religion,
spirituality,
but being closer to your own soul, maybe.
Your own soul, yeah.
Okay.
And he wouldn't project that. He would do like smaller interviews where, you know, the people that are actually attracted to spirituality would go to him to go to those interviews, and he would talk about I don't know if you know, 432 hertz and 440 hertz, or you know about that.
Yeah, yeah. I listened to it in the tank, man. Well, I used to. I don't know if it affects me, but back to the float tank, which I promise at one point we'll get more into detail about that, because we kind of just let that fly.
It's
or
cool.
Float. We let it float away, but that whole topic. But no, but I do. I think 532, because I'm not way into right now, but I think I was stuck on 532 for a while. And that's pure love.
Oh, pure love. Okay.
Yeah, and I was trying to infuse that in myself, not because like Cool J, I need love. It was more like can't hurt, you know.
Like I'm gonna try it, see what it does.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
You know, and that's what it's all about. You know, just trying different things. You know,
Experimenting, like
that's
that's what it is, and
life is a big experiment, man.
it is.
That's all it is. You're here to learn lessons. They're experiments. You're gonna fall down a lot, but what you got to understand
you
is
can choose to get back up or stay down. You know?
and sometimes you can't choose, right?
Right.
But you know, let's just say, and that could be the ultimate, what they call the big sleep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you can fuck around a lot, but you better watch out what you fuck around with, because sometimes you may not get, you know, the second inning.
Yeah.
Or the ninth inning. You might not make it to the ninth inning, to
Yeah.
use a baseball analogy, like your buddies out here with all their cards.
Yeah, but then again, it's like for me, you don't know when you're gonna die. Like after this, like I could be dead in a car crash. You know, it's like, but
Right.
those times, what's really important to me is how I spend my time, pretty much, like throughout the day.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you know, when I lay down on my bed and go to sleep, I want to feel accomplished. You know, I want to feel like I did everything that I could today. And
that's the key, man.
that's the key.
It's one day at a time, because like you said at the beginning of this, you're in it for the marathon. This is not a sprint for you. Yeah.
Jay-Z, longevity till I'm 70.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it is.
I mean, and, you know, that guy, that's a whole other topic, because that guy's just been, I mean, I can't use the word successful. I mean, that guy, wow, man. I mean, that's quite a career.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Quite a career. I mean, so...
But, like, let's shift topics, though.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's like to float tanks. Like,
okay.
So when you go in there, what was... Or
should we go back a little bit, though, for people that don't know what that is?
Yeah.
And when you say go in there, just let me get back to that real quick, because we did stray off.
Yeah,
okay.
we did, yeah.
So, rectangular tank. It's a structure with a door on one end. 8 feet long, 96 inches by 4.5 feet wide by about 4 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
So it is rectangular. Almost looks like a spaceship in a way, like old school, you know. But you enter inside, is 150 gallons of water.
Mm-hmm.
And in that area makes up a depth of about 10 inches.
Okay.
But in that 150 gallons of water, I've added 1,200 pounds, over 1/2 ton of Epsom salt.
Mm-hmm.
At the core of Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate, which is another show. I keep saying that, man. But no, there's so many properties and so many benefits to magnesium, which is a natural mineral, something that in this country we don't get enough of.
How so? Like what? Like
as far as our diets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we don't. Leafy green, organic vegetables. By the way, I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian.
Yeah.
But you still need leafy green, organic vegetables.
Yeah.
I mean, even in a balance, you also need organic nuts grown from...
those are good fats.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Good fats
Yeah, exactly. So you have all these properties in the water. You go inside, and it's called floating because you will, once you lay down, experience zero gravity.
Mm-hmm.
You don't sink in that 10 inches. You don't sink to the bottom. I don't care how big you are, because I get Dallas Cowboys in there, and I don't get the punters or the water boys. I get
the linebackers.
Would be bigger. I get the offensive linemen.
The offensive linemen. Yeah.
I get the big guys in there. You know, defensive linemen.
Yeah.
A lot more linemen. I think that their bodies being that size, they take a lot of punishment, and even just growing that way, it's not natural. I don't think. I mean, in a way, they're not average guys.
No. Yeah.
But you go in there, and the temperature of the water is about, at my place, 94.7 to 95 degrees, because I feel like it's more therapeutic. It's going to get through the skin, the epidermis, the outermost layer of your skin, which is in humans, the largest living organism. Yeah. Organ, exactly. So, but it gets into your muscles, into the blood, and after the science of it is after about 15, 20 minutes on the average, once it's in your blood, there's a sedative or a real calming quality that happens. And hopefully, if you can calm your mind, as you may know, and I'll ask you about that in a second, it can calm you and just relax you. And in a relaxed state, your mind relaxing can actually heal.
Yeah.
Now, you've done it twice.
Done it twice. Yep.
Maybe you can comment on the first time and the second time. As far as how that was different and what it might have done for you overall, body and mind.
Yeah, I want to talk about my experiences too. But like saying when you're laying down in the float tank, you can compare it to like you have no senses, right? Besides your head, like you don't feel your body, right?
Right.
But when you're sitting down, like in a chair, you can feel your legs, and it's like your brain is using mental energy to maybe feel like this part of the body. But when you're in the tank, you don't feel that, and all that like mental energy is put towards your thoughts, right?
Well, you're in zero gravity, right?
Zero gravity.
Zero gravity, which relieves the pressure off every fiber in your body.
Exactly.
Your spine goes to its natural alignment, because even sitting in this chair is not good for us. I mean, really, it's not. But it's practical.
Yeah.
In a car, you need to sit down. I mean, mattresses are not good for our backs, And then finding the right one, there's so many fucking mattresses out there, dude. Which is the right one for you?
I've heard even shoes, like, you were evolved to walk on our own feet. Without soles and stuff, or shoes.
This is not an endorsement, but New Balance are known and suggested by podiatrists, which is foot doctors too, have a wider toe box.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So ultra runners are another good one. I don't run, but I like to wear them because you need freedom for your toes. You don't want your toes. Adidas, Nike, Puma, they all, if you notice, they all have that pointy toe. Oh, they look good, right?
Yeah.
But they're not good for your feet. But I'm not against them, whatever.
Yeah.
But guess what? I threw them all out.
Yeah,
I threw them all out.
They're not practical. They look cool, but they're not practical.
But once again, I'm 54, man.
Yeah,
so
you gotta take care.
Yeah, I gotta start taking care. You can do a lot of shit when you're younger. It will affect you when you're older.
It will, yeah.
Yeah, but you're right.
Yeah. Going back to my first experience.
Yeah.
I really didn't know what to expect, and then I met you, and we were having a cool conversation before, and just talking about life, consciousness, like all that good stuff. So there was already like a good energy there, and going in, I really didn't know what to expect because it was my first experience, and like you said, the first experience is you just getting comfortable with the tank, and
Yeah, I call it a test drive.
Test drive, yeah. So that was like. It was the first experience was just me, getting comfortable. Second experience, I actually had these thoughts that like I was able to attach to. I remember we were talking about social media and how like nothing negative, but you were saying how social media kind of what did you say about? You said
in what regard, as far as why I'm not a part of it?
Yeah. So you said you were not a part of it, and I went into the tank and I came up with the idea that social media gives the individual the platform to grow, rather than like beforehand it was the TV outlets, news outlets, newspaper and all that stuff. So that was a thought that I had.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man, you can get really deep into those thoughts, and it's cool.
I think what we talked about was how, like you said, not negative, but we all have a right to our own opinions according to our feelings, right?
Yeah.
And the way that I feel about social media has nothing to do with you. It's all about me.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe that possibly it was constructed, as far as what the public was told, is a way to connect people all over the world, right?
Yeah.
I feel like in some regard, or to some degree, it's had the opposite effect, where it's actually disconnecting people, because we have this facade that, hey, look at all my friends, or I know this guy. But when we all know that what we see on there, what I see what's going on in your life, might not be really what's going on.
Yeah.
We're only willing at times to show
to
show what I want you to see about me.
Yeah.
The vulnerabilities we rarely see on there.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy. Everyone's very happy. I guess a more true social media would be, hey, this one's cool, man, because guess what? Fuck, I'm depressed, man. I'm going through some shit right now. And where we could find some compassion, where people reach out for that.
Yeah.
But I do feel like in a lot of ways it's disconnecting people. I mean, because it's a facade. And what we're doing right now,
having a conversation, talking, and like that's what we're not following the herd, right? We're doing our own thing, and we're having a conversation. How often do you sit down and have a conversation with somebody for about an hour? Like for me, I really don't do that.
Who has time, right?
Yeah, who has time? Everybody's busy doing their own thing, going to work. And it's cool having a conversation face to face. Like
this is really connecting.
Yeah, this is really connecting.
This is really connecting. I can reach out What's up, man?
What's up, dude?
How you doing?
Good, man.
See, you can't do that in a digital format. It's just not possible. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm saying that, oh, check this out. So last night, I had a client come in for her float session.
Yeah.
And as you know, I'll advise people, hey, you might want to put your phone on silent, vibrate, airplane mode, because you can hit a state of relaxation in the tank where, as far as astral projection, you may be dreaming, taking a nap, but you'll find what I call a sweet spot, and you don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
So last night, and this is getting to be more of a trend, man. I was happy last night because the trend was that people would be coming in. We're like, okay, I'll focus on last night. And I asked her about her phone, and she said, I didn't bring it.
Yeah.
And so we got in a conversation about how movies, dinners, my time is my time.
Yeah.
And I think there are some people that are going more that way. They're going more that way where, leave me a message, I'll get back to you. But this is my time, and like right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Pause for a second. We're back from that number 2 poop break.
I was number 1. Maybe you might have been number 2, but
Number 2.
I don't need to know.
I actually got those flushable wipes. Oh, those are amazing. You don't want to use dry toilet paper to wipe your ass.
Wait, those are flushable?
Yeah, they're flushable.
Oh no, I put them back in the shelf.
Oh, okay.
I used them. I didn't know.
Oh dang, was there like a trash can in there or something?
No. I didn't want to flush them because.
Oh, you got to keep them away from the bears.
You want me to get them?
Yeah, it's cool. We'll do that later.
We. All right.
I'll help you out with that. All right. So there was a question that I got on Instagram, and it asked you about their deepest encounters of truth in the float tank.
Anyone in particular or mine?
Any one of yours, like anything that stands out, you've had in the float tank.
Yeah. Okay, this would be a good one to wrap the show up with.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm not going to tell you the ending. No, I'm joking. No, on the Blood Moon, a few years ago, I decided with a buddy of mine, like, hey man, and I used to smoke back then, so it was kind of like fucked up, stupid ideas, right? Hey man, why don't we do this?
Yeah.
Well, we wanted to float in the Blood Moon, so when the Blood Moon was at its height, right? Mm-hmm. That's a sun, but let's act like it's a moon. We split the time in half so we could both be at the pinnacle of the Blood Moon. Mm-hmm. It was late at night. My buddy Casey went in, I think for 40 minutes. He came out, then I went in for the next half, right?
Mm-hmm. And what year, this was a couple years ago, you said, right?
Yeah, a couple of years. I think about
Okay.
maybe even 3 years ago.
Okay.
And so it's my time, he's gone, I'm in the tank, do my session. Nothing really happened. I didn't see any visions or, I didn't travel or anything like that. Coming out of it, as you know, you kind of stretch, you sit up in the tank. As I sat up, I went to reach for the door and I noticed, and remember, inside of the tank, it's pitch black.
It's black, you can't.
Pitch black. There's no light in there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing. So I lift my hand out of the water to reach for the door to open it, and I looked, I'm like, what? What is this? And in the dark, I'm watching my hand and my arm. It's glowing bright green. Plutonium, that's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
Bright green.
Kryptonite.
Okay. Is that the color of kryptonite?
Yeah.
Okay. Or I think of those rave sticks or whatever. I never went to a rave, but I think about that stuff. It was that color. I'm like, oh, come on. No. So I laid down. I'm going to start over. Like, I'm just seeing shit. I laid back down. Take a deep breath. I get back up. I'm like, oh, shit. And I was, as far as I could see down my arm, this side, my chest, down to my hip,
mm-hmm.
I was glowing, but only everything that was like out of the water.
Oh, okay.
Everything under the water just looked normal.
Yeah.
But I was glowing in the tank and I was looking at it. And not this hand, but it was just this one.
Dang.
I'm the type of guy that's super, super analytical.
Yeah.
Okay. What did I have for breakfast, lunch, dinner? What did I do today? Because I want this to happen again.
Somebody put something in my drink.
Well, not even that, but like I want to replicate this.
Yeah.
I want to retrace my steps and how did this happen?
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy, but I want it to happen again. So I better. And then at that moment, I thought, no, hold on here. Don't do that. The same way, like, I don't do this. I'm anti for myself. I'm not a selfie guy. I laugh at selfies because, man, you're actually missing the moment.
Yeah.
And you're at a concert with your phone like this. What are you going to do with that? What are you cool for a minute because you're going to post it like, hey, everyone, look at
me.
Yeah, I'm here. You're not really there.
Yeah.
You're not. So put the phone down. So for me, I said, look, I don't care what it was. I'm going to be in this moment. And so to this day, I'm actually just like, I can always go back to that moment like I am right now.
Because that moment's for you. It was for you to see, to experience, right?
It was for me, yeah.
Yeah.
And then what am I really trying to gain by sharing that, like hey, check this out, what happened? Okay, it'll trip you out for a second, but am I living my life just trying to gather in my little basket of trippy shit, like to show everyone?
Yeah.
I don't really want to.
Yeah.
It's about self, man. So
Yeah,
I'm being
exactly.
selfish. Not in a bad way, but I don't have to tell you everything.
You don't have to. Yeah.
No, exactly, because I can't translate that experience to you. I can show you what it'll look like, but you will never have that experience that I did. You may have wondered, like, damn,
Yeah.
how did that happen? Cool. But the way that I felt about it, it's not translatable, man.
You can't put it into words.
No, why would I want to?
Yeah.
Not even putting it in an image.
Not even an image.
It's digital, man. It's digital. I'm not against digital, but it's like that word right there should be a negative when you talk about experiences. Oh, really?
What about 4D? 4D, you can... It's not close, but it's not the real thing,
Yeah, it's not. It's not, but you have to recognize that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But it's okay to experience it. I'm not against that either. But it's like virtual reality. That should be something fun, man.
It should be some fun, but not your reality.
Is it Ready Player One?
Yeah, Ready Player One. That's an amazing
I haven't
movie.
seen it. See, I haven't
Love
seen it.
Yeah.
But my son says, you got to see it, Dad, because it's actually almost prophetic. It's a trip. Because one day you could be this, 5'3" dude, 400 pounds, but in here you're built like Mr. America and you're getting all the chicks. You can live a whole other life.
Whole nother life.
And all the food's going to be delivered to you, and you will never have to do another damn thing again. Well, what are humans going to be good for?
It's crazy because like they'll care more about their character rather than like their own self. They're taking care of themselves.
The character.
Yeah. But
it reminds me of AI intelligence. To one day, what are humans going to be?
Elon Musk just released Neuralink, which is like going to be a thing where you implement. I don't know too much about it, but you'll implement a chip and like you'll become like a human cyborg or something like that.
See, but that guy's he's nuts, man. Because I mean, he's a diabolical genius. Because on one side, he's saying that he fears AI. On the other side, he's doing shit like this. Like, dude, make up your mind, man. I mean, I'm not really big on AI, and once again, we're creating comfortable situations to have everything done without us doing anything.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I don't fear it, but I'm going to fight it as far as my participation in it as long as I can. What, are you going to have someone go on a hike for you? You're going to have something have sex for you? I mean, really? I just don't get it, man. I want to be a part of everything. I don't want to be, I don't know, man. I don't want to be the host. I want to be in it.
You want to be the experiencer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to be a part of the experience.
Yeah.
But the actual live skin on skin experience, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
So yeah, that's it. For people that are watching or listening, like if anybody wants to go visit your floating and have a float session,
everyone's welcome.
Yeah,
it's not for everyone though. That not to say that it's exclusive. Like, hey, man, you can't do this. But it's just this is not for everyone. The same way acupuncture is not for everyone. Getting a massage not for everyone. Not everything is for everyone, and everyone has to check it out. But if they're interested, they can go to venturafloatcenter.com.
All good.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for coming, man.
It is all good.
Thanks for being here.
All right, man. It's good to be here. I love it. That's great. I love it.
We're live.